if you slap what's called a star filter on a camera, you get that star effect. Take a look at the stage right there in Milwaukee. Fox Business owns it. We are on it. That is the site of the debate tomorrow. That's what I used to say in local news. Like, just slap a star filter on and a dichroic on that Ikegami camera from circa 1990, and boom, everybody looks better. Well, it's not our business to make these guys look better tomorrow night. The GOP candidates must make themselves look better to the voters with their plans that they articulate. Now, what happens after a debate often becomes this, an influx of fundraising when you have a great performance. Bringing in now at least one guy who's had an incredible performance himself, former governor of the state of Nebraska, Dave Heineman, and a guy who's had some great performances for his clients. He is Democratic strategist Robert Zimmerman.
Great to be with you both.
Great to have you. Also on Clinton's campaign finance committee. Look, reality number one, Governor Heineman. It's a little distasteful to talk about the money, but it is a reality here. What must be done during a debate performance to get that shoot of cash that comes flying through after a debate?
Liz, what I think is critical, you've got an articulate a vision of where you want to take your state, or in this case, our nation. And I think for the Republicans debating tomorrow night, they need to talk about lowering tax rates for individuals, for small and medium-sized businesses, how we're going to move towards a balanced budget at the federal level, because right now Wall Street is getting richer, but Main Street's suffering, and that's what the American voters want to hear about. And when you do a good job, it makes a difference. I can remember my first campaign. I had to run against the most revered man in Nebraska, our football coach and congressman at the time, Tom Osborne. Winning those debates allowed me to come from 40 points behind to ultimately win that primary. So debate performance is critical.
And Governor, to your credit, you always ran with a vision, with programs and specifics, and led your state with great distinction. What makes the debate so fascinating and the Republican field so fascinating is that they literally brag about, like Donald Trump, about not having specifics, or in Ben Carson's case, fabricating his background. And in each case, these two frontrunners, Ben Carson in particular, has been able to raise a fortune and galvanize support just by simply blaming the media, even when it's the Wall Street Journal who's on the attack and raising questions.
Governor, that's an interesting point, too, because Donald Trump would say, I'll just do it. I will put up that wall, and the Mexicans are going to pay for it. You know, you've governed an entire state. Chris Christie has, Bobby Jindal has, certainly, and we've got other people who have done so, John Kasich, too. You've got those candidates who haven't really gotten the traction right now. So what happens when do you think that is perhaps why a Kasich isn't getting out there constantly? He's saving, keeping some powder dry and hoping for a zinger or two during a debate where he gets that influx of cash.
Well, remember where we're at in the debate cycle and the election cycle. Not a single voter has cast a ballot yet. You know, we're right next to Iowa. I talk to my friends over there all the time. This is kind of a dating game right now. They're all checking out all the candidates, but now they're going to get serious. You know, and my sense is you're going to see the other candidates, governors, Senator Rubio, and others come more into play. Senator Rubio in particular, while I've not taken sides, I've been very impressed with what he's doing. He stands to really move forward with another good debate performance tomorrow night. And here's the other thing that's telling about that. The Clinton people really don't want to have to run against him, because that'll be a race, the past being Hillary Clinton, the future being Marco Rubio.
Governor, I'm a Hillary Clinton supporter. I don't know how you got that insight, that inside information that others don't. I think you're stretching it a bit there. I think the reality here is any Republican candidate who can try to speak to the issues and speak with facts has credibility in a general election. The reality here is this Republican field, which gets support from the Republican base by denying climate change exists, by demonizing undocumented workers, by absolutely having no economic agenda besides rhetoric. I think this Republican field ultimately is able to survive in a Republican contest in a fact-free world. It'll be up to the anchors tomorrow night, and I know they will. They'll be putting some important questions to these candidates and making history.
And we can promise that right here. And I want to thank you both so much. Governor, please come back. Robert Zimmerman, you're always welcome. And listen, it gets feisty because this is crunch time. One more day, and tomorrow night, it is the big moment.